Welcome to She Manifests Wealth Formula podcast. I'm Liana Ures, and a master of subconscious mind, entrepreneur, and a creator of best-rated course on manifestation, wealth formula. With experience coaching 15,000 plus people, I have crafted a 15-minute formula to solve any problem, aiming to transform health, wealth, and relationships. In this podcast, I strive to showcase real-life transformation stories that bridge the gap from where you are to where you want to be. Let's manifest our lives together because nothing is impossible when we are the conscious creators of our life. Thank you for tuning in today, and let's begin. Hello everyone, this is Liana Uresina, a master of subconscious mind, hypnotherapist, a big believer in manifestation, and someone who is fully dedicated to transform 1 million people's lives and more. And everything I do on a daily basis, I do because I want to learn more, I want to serve more, I want to help more. And today is going to be very, very exciting episode because I will share with you my takeaways from Joe Dispenza retreat. So recently, me and my husband, we went to Joe Dispenza retreat in Orlando. And it was so exciting, so transformative that I want to share the lessons that I learned. So I have a computer here. I will be looking at the lessons and sharing them with you. So let's go. So, okay, I was actually manifesting this event already for a long, long time, and it never happened. And those who know, if you are going to buy Joe Dispenza ticket, you have to be ready there in the computer because tickets get sold within 5 to 10 minutes. And I've been trying this, I had some people that I know who are going, who know Joe Dispenza, and it never happened, But as I believe that everything always happens in the real time and a real place. And one day when me and my husband was flying, we were flying from America, we were actually in Turkey on the way to airport, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm receiving message from someone that I know that Joe Dispenza retreat Orlando tickets are available for sale. So I'm going in 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm saying, honey, the tickets are available. Are we going? He said, let's go. So we bought the tickets, and 1 month later, we have to go to this retreat. And I was very excited, and I kind of didn't prepare. I didn't read anything. I didn't look anything. I just knew I want to experience something mystical and, something that I never felt or experienced. Me, myself, I have created already 40 meditations. So the main job for me as a hypnotherapist, as someone who is working with the subconscious mind, was to take away everything I know and be just plain nobody with an open mind, because I always want to learn. And this time I made this commitment. I said, Liana, you do not know anything. You are coming here with an open mind to learn and to experience. And so we come, and of course, I know I didn't prepare the right clothes because I had the skirt and the shirt, I was kind of imagining, it's going to be hot, Orlando, and there is a humidity, and the event mostly takes place inside of the place. And I was like, oh no, thanks God, I had some few pants and one jacket. And you have to be ready that it's really cold, and you have to take comfy clothes. If you have a blanket that you love, you have to take all of this. Forget about your fancy clothes. You just need to be there and enjoy. No makeup, nothing. Just be there and enjoy the place and the moment. And of course, the way I saw everything was different because I've been to all Tony Robbins events, and Tony is like go and dance, and everything is party and the people are hugging. This place is very calm. This place is very peaceful and different type of people. And firstly, I saw a lot of people on the wheelchair, a lot of people who are coming and learning or unlearning who they are so that they can heal themselves. A lot of people with cancer. So it was also very emotional for me because I'm very intuitive, and usually when I see people suffering, I'm kind of, I'm in my fullest ability, how can I serve and help? And I know me and my husband, which I'm also blessed that I was able to experience this beautiful event together, because when you go alone, you can't later explain to your loved ones how it was, because it is very, very emotional. But when my husband was able to experience this, and he was sitting next to me and we were sharing in the room and we were doing these meditations together, I think it was something that really connected us as well. And, and we were speaking like we come to become a better human beings. We came to this retreat just to learn more, to calm our mind. Like my husband's intention was just to learn, not to think. And I was there, open and unlearn and become a better human. So, and these people who are coming also, so beautiful souls, they come to heal themselves, because a lot of people are healing after this 7-day retreat. And honestly, at the end of the 7th day, I did see someone getting up out of the wheelchair. The girl, she was around 23, 24, and she started to walk. And that is something very, very beautiful. And something that I also realized, it's a lot that I'm teaching to people. Why I really honor Joe Dispenza so much, because he is doing it in more scientific way. So he has the team of the researchers, the scientists who are, putting to some people these things around the head. They are taking blood tests to see how is everything changing before and after the retreat. And what I really love that they said, it's not anymore about is meditation working or not, but it is working 100%. But the question that they are doing the research is, how is it working on the subconscious mind? Why people are healing? Because people start to hear, people start to see, paralyzed people starting to walk, the same what I saw, and even the people are healing the cancer. And the main reason is because people are changing in themselves. And what we are doing on the daily basis, right? We are usually living in our past, in our, stories that we are explaining every single day that build in us the suffering, the feeling of suffering, how life is bad. And we get addicted to these negative emotions. And this is how we are creating our identity at this point. And, it's like, especially if you have the feeling of guilt, the feeling of shame, definitely you live in the past. And the idea is, if you live in the past and you think again and again the same emotions, and you you think the same thoughts and you create the same emotions, and based on these emotions, we take some actions. And guess what's happening? We are living in the same way. And this video probably is not for the people who are thinking, that you are just, you have some circumstances and by luck you are creating things. No, this video is to understand that only the conscious people who know that by your thinking, by your emotions, by your behavior, you are creating your own life. And if you are unhappy in your relationship, if you are not making enough money, if you have health problems, it is because you have created it with your mind, with your thoughts. And also the cancer, the one that we are so much discussing, as Joe Dispenza says, if you are all the time living in some certain emotion and activating the same cells in your body, then you are creating a disease. And I want to explain you, like when I'm starting to speak about, stress and all this experience, I ask people, if you would have to measure from 1 to 10, the stress level on the daily basis of your life, where are you at? From 1 to 10, and please write in the comment box below, because I really want to know, because this is going to show you why you live the way you live. And I've been asking also to my community, and they're saying, Liana, it's like 7, 8, and 9, and 10. And when you are at this 7, 8, and 9, and 10, then basically you live in your fight, flight, or freeze mechanism. It would be the same if you are walking in the forest and you are enjoying, like right now, there's a snow everywhere and you're just like so blessed. And suddenly it's getting darker and darker, and you hear somebody's roaring, roar, roar, and you are like, oh my God, what is this? Right? And then you are not able to see, and you hear again the sound and again the sound. What is happening with your body? Can you still enjoy this walk and the beautiful place? No, you can't, because you need to protect yourself. And basically what you do, you run. And this is how people live on the daily basis. They are under so much pressure, so much stress, so many problems. And then they wonder, why do I live in lack? Why I cannot manifest or create the life I want? Because you are not energetically in the creation mode, because you are all the time living in the stress. And that's why I always say, the only way how you can calm your mind and enjoy and peacefully understand and create is exactly in the moment when you are nobody, no one, no time, no place. And this is Joe Dispenza explaining and using this expression a lot. You're nobody, no time, no place. So you're just becoming no one. Then you are not living in the past, you are not living in the future, and this is the time when you can create whatever you want in your life, because your energy, your frequency is ready to activate and attract what you want with your visualizations, with what you see, with what you create. So, and what he was explaining was, we were a lot working around the heart, open your heart, the fourth chakra, the center of your heart. We were opening firstly a lot the heart, because you cannot start to create and calm your mind and become peaceful and heal yourself if your heart is closed. And I was just recording also a meditation opening the heart, because I get so inspired from Joe Dispenza and how we close our hearts. Usually, it's from our childhood, when we become, when we burn, we don't have any protections. The life is joyful, everything is great. And then we start to go year by year, and we meet some people, we have some problems, we have some challenges, some situations. And when we feel a lot of pain, we start to close our heart so that nobody hurts us. And if we are closing our hearts, we are closing the joy, the love, the fulfillment, and you can't experience actually the bliss of your life if your heart is closed. And actually, if we look based on my situation, when I was doing my first ayahuasca ceremony, and I was coming with one problem, and I say, I need to find out, then I had a bad relationship with my husband, and I was kind of on the edge whether I should get divorced or no. And I remember saying this to the shaman, and he said, okay, let's see what Mother Ayahuasca will show you. And I was going throughout this journey. There was nothing about my husband. It was just about my heart was closed. So all the ceremony was about opening my heart. And I guess now the way I live, and I don't say it's because of ayahuasca, just it's because the whole understanding and learning and the experience that I have lived. But now I can say I'm at the stage that I do not keep anger or grudge to any person, and I'm blessed about it, and this is how I want to live. I do not want to live anymore where somebody is doing something to me and I cannot forgive them, because every time when you have this anger or this frustration, or you keep the grudge towards somebody, you are blocking your energy. It's basically all the energy is going to your heart, and the heart protects you, the energy gets protected. And if you are in that anger, you can't create, you can't experience bliss. So I can say this is the biggest gift that I have given to myself, where I say, you know what, I forgive this person. And not because of me so much, but because I have so much compassion and understanding that hurt people. People who are happy, they will never come, they will never hurt you, they will never judge you, they will never, do something to you. They are too busy enjoying life. But people who are really living in pain, this is the way they are screaming, help me, love me, help me, love me. So what I can do, I just can feel compassion. And I suggest you the same thing. And the next thing is that your personality creates your personal reality. And in order for you to change all the outer world, to change your finances, to change your health, to change your relationship, there is only one thing that needs to be changed. Not your husband, no. Not economy, no, not anything else, but you. You have to change yourself. And how Joe Dispenza was also explaining, when people were healing themselves, they didn't go into the meditation because they wanted to heal. They go into the meditation because they wanted to change. And they gave up from the need to change something. So they kind of so much went into this existing moment where they were in such a bliss, appreciation, gratitude, love, and all this happiness and fulfillment that they forgot who they were, that they forgot about the illness. And in that moment, the inner world is changing and you start to heal your disease. So it is very, very important not to go, I must change, I must now change, because then you are too much in your head and you cannot go in your heart. So it's super, super important when you do something, you do not do it because of something. You just release all your expectations and you are becoming so happy. You're becoming so grateful that you do not need anything anymore. And these emotions that we are experiencing on the daily basis, like anger, like disappointments, all these frustrations, it is our addiction already to these emotions. So what we are doing, so we are so addicted to these emotions and we have created our identity based on these emotions. So, and what is happening subconsciously, we are even seeking the situations that will reaffirm our negative emotions. So if you hate your job, you don't like it, you're going to find another job exactly the same that you're going to hate, just because you are so used to it, to this negative feeling and emotions. And the next thing is, it's super important to learn to forget. And what we do in our lives, right? We are living so much in the past that I touched already at the very beginning. And I want you to think about some situation that happened in the past that you keep bringing here again and again in this moment. And probably there is some moment when you remember it, and based on these thoughts, on this memory, you have some certain emotions that you are wiring in your body, in your brain. And when you wire it, you feel the same way, which means you are starting to create the same reality. And we are so addicted to this, like, oh my gosh, did you see how he was doing? Or maybe the husband left you, or he cheated on somebody, or I don't know, your partner just, stole something from you. And we keep living in the past, but you cannot create a new future if you live emotionally in the past. So in order for you to create new future, blissful, beautiful future, you need to give up your past. And that's why also, the forgiveness is so important. You need to learn to forgive. You need to let it go, because happened already. You cannot change it anymore. Stop it. So if you are understanding, so it happened in the past, that's it. I cannot change it. Now I move on. Okay, you don't need to love this person, but you can make a decision. Now I have understood, this is the lesson that I have learned. This is what I need to do, and I move on. Like today I had a session with somebody who is in business 19 years. And he's working alone in his business, and he cannot move forward. He feels stuck. He cannot, hold on a second. And he cannot have a bigger income. So what he's doing, he's like I said, okay, so in order for you to go to the next level, you need to hire somebody, right? He says, right. I said, why you haven't done so far? Then he's saying to me, well, because I have the baby, my baby is 7 months old, and I don't have time, and etc. I said, okay, I want you to go into your mind and ask why I haven't hired somebody so far. And then he says to me, because 15 years ago, he had somebody who was working in the team, even more people. And these people that he hired, they were lazy, they weren't dedicated, they were just receiving salary. And somebody actually stole his idea, his knowledge, and became a competitor. So since then, he made a decision that he is not gonna hire anybody, and he will just go by himself, work by himself, and he will not hire anybody. And he's struggling with a low income just because he cannot leave this story behind, these limiting beliefs. So, and I want you to ask yourself which story is holding you back, where you keep bringing again and again. You need to give up the previous story if you want to live in the future. You need to become nobody, no one, no time. And this is super hard. Okay, and what is a limiting belief? This is the thought that you keep thinking again and again and again. This is how we are creating limiting beliefs. Then the next one, if we want to create a new place, new future, unknown is the best place to create from. The present moment, the longer you linger into unknown, the longer you create new experiences. And that's where meditation is coming in. And we were meditating, oh my God, every single day we were meditating in total around 6 hours. Then one day it was 10 hours in total, because one meditation lasted almost 5 hours. And I'm gonna tell you what was happening. It was like, okay, so 5 hour meditation, we need to be there before 4 o'clock. And we're like, okay, so I come and I don't know what to expect. And I was really good with it because I didn't expect anything from me. And so I go into this meditation, and actually it was super hard for me because my mind was so active. And I had some moments where I was like, I cannot give up the need to control what's happening in the outer world. And I was thinking I failed. I came out of this almost 5 hour meditation. I didn't give up. I was doing still, but I was just doing as a process the way he was guiding. And I was starting to cry. I said, I cannot do this. Why people are experiencing these mystical experiences and I cannot. And I'm a teacher of meditations and everything. And then I said myself, Leanna, actually, a lot of people do not even try this. A lot of people were actually putting their headsets and they were listening something else and falling asleep. I was doing till the end, and I honor myself for that. So you have to be ready that you will meditate so much as never before. And there, the sounds and noises, there were some like energetical orgasms, or somebody's screaming, somebody's laughing, there were the whole spectrum of emotions. And of course it is disturbing, right? But you need to be ready that you come in the place with the 2,000 people, and you cannot now expect the silence. It is as it is, and you need to accept the way it is. So you need to learn to be in yourself no matter what's happening in the outer world. So, and the other thing that I really have highlighted is when you are okay with you, you are okay with everybody. And if you are going out there and you are judging everybody, you're complaining all the time, then we know that you are not okay with yourself. And I've been there, I'm not some kind of Mother Teresa who is just like, so kind and loving everybody. I've been in the moments where I would judge, I would gossip with my friends about other people, we would be speaking all the time and actually creating the same emotions again and again. And it was because I wasn't okay with myself. I wasn't happy with myself. Of course, it was like 10 years ago already. But I know that I was judging people because I was judging myself. And if you judge people, it is because you judge yourself. And again, this is the confirmation. In order for you to shift and change, and if you want to change the outer world, you start with yourself. And then you will say, okay, I do not judge. I have the compassion towards these people because they are making the same mistakes. And what is super important to realize is what I learned there and reaffirmed actually there is that I'm a not victim of my life, and every single thing I can create and manifest in my life. Joe Dispenza is not using the word manifestation, he is using the word creation. But I believe it's the same thing, where you are, by shifting your thoughts, you shift your energy, your frequency, and you start to create whatever you want. But if you are living in this suspended emotions like anger inside, you are creating the same reality. And the only thing that separates us between what we want and where we are is a time, right? Do you agree? So time is the only thing that separates, because I'm always explaining, let's imagine if you want to have a better relationship or a better income, it's there. In the quantum field, your desire is already there somewhere. You haven't met it yet, but it's out there, right? So what you need to do, so each of the things we know has the frequency, energy, everything is from energy and frequency. So in order for you to attract this thing, you need to become in the same frequency. And let's say you want to make 100,000 euros per month or dollars per month, doesn't matter. And you really want to make these 100,000. What are doing most of the people? They keep pushing, they are forcing themselves, they are like 24/7 working, and they cannot understand why it's not happening. Firstly, it is not happening because you are doing the same thing. If you do the same thing again and again, you are creating that result. In order for you to make these 100,000, you're gonna have to take different actions, and you're gonna have to be able to see things differently. And maybe there is already a project or a person or whatever, or idea that could generate 100,000, but in this frequency or in this identity where you are right now, you are not able to see that. So what we need to do, we need to become in the same frequency with your desired outcome. So I'm teaching this in Wealth Formula very well. So how do you do that? Firstly, you are changing your identity, and your identity is holding your limiting beliefs, your behaviors, hold on, your emotions, all your actions. So when you change your beliefs, when you change all these actions, you start to change your identity, right? Then you need to change the frequency, the energy of yourself. And if you are all the time, why I'm not making 100K, Lena, I'm meditating. I actually had someone who said, Lena, I'm meditating, but I cannot understand why I'm not making it. It's basically you are frustrated, and you are giving the signal to the universe. I do not believe that it's out there. So basically you need to become nobody, no time, no place, as a zero, where you are kind of in the allowance that everything is always happening in the right time, in the right place. And we are not in the control to know when. We are not in the control to know how. We let it go. The only thing that we focus on is, what do I want to have in my life? What is really where I have the desire? And not from the place of lack, where I'm saying why I don't have it yet or why it's not happening, but from the place of I have the faith, and I know it's out there. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I know I'm gonna get it. So, and this is also very important to understand, that happiness is not only in these materialistic things. Of course, this is a big benefit that we have. And I love living my wealthy life. I love traveling every single month. I love living in the best place where, like now, here's the lake and there is a forest, and I love doing this. Love wearing my beautiful clothes, but I know this is not what's making me happy. So I have changed my qualities from, being happy at the present moment. Like today I was running in the morning and the snow is everywhere and it's not easy because we're like minus 10 Celsius, but I was so happy for nothing. And guess what? This is exactly the state when we can create. This is where universe is reading. Ah, she's happy, she's grateful, even she doesn't have what she wants. Ah, I will start to bring her what she wants. And this is how I manifest everything in my life. Actually, me and my husband, we sold our house without putting any effort. We didn't have our house even in the listing, but we sold it because somebody put the paper in the mailbox and they said, we love your house and we want to buy it. And they gave the number, so we weren't satisfied. We had the meeting, we said, this is the number that we want, and we sold it exactly just like this, without any effort. And this is how it's happening, the way I have manifested also, my stages, the people, the money, my team, and everything else. It's exactly the same way, because I do not go in the mindset why it's not happening. And trust me, I'm a high achiever and I need everything fast in the exact moment, and I need it already yesterday. But in this cooperation with the God, I know I always rely on the source, on the energy, on the field, whatever it is, whatever we call it. And I know that everything is always happening at the right time and right place. And no thing can make me happy. It is as a benefit, it's as a bonus, but I will not rely my happiness on some certain thing like an income or some goal that I want to achieve. So next thing that I want to speak is that each center in your body carries an information. And what we were also doing, we were activating each of the centers. So chakra, right? Down, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And when we activate it, we become more, like in the right place. Like each chakra is responsible for some certain thing. Let's say the chakra all the way down, the first chakra is responsible for your basic, right? Sixth chakra is responsible for intuition, the heart chakra for love, and all of that thing. So what we were doing, we were activating them, because we forget about all of this on the daily basis. And then I was realizing, like we as a human beings, actually, we do not know how much power do we have, how much power God has given to us. But we wake up, we go to the toilet, we pee, we have the breakfast, then we watch the news, we drink a coffee, we go to the work, we come back home, we eat, we drink, like we live these simple actions, but actually we are so much more than that. And when we are living just so simply, we never connect with ourselves. It's like forgetting that you have a heart and that you are a creator. And I think what meditation does is every time you stop and you acknowledge that you are, that you exist, that there is not only 3D reality, because 3D reality is here. And if you're gonna create from the 3D reality, it's gonna be with a force. But if you step out of this 3D reality, you become nobody, no place, no time. You're just in this beautiful, blissful moment. You can start to create whatever you want. And then you do not have to do it with a force. The things simply start to come in the place. You meet the right person, you meet the right people. And speaking about the people, we met some beautiful souls. They're doctors. We have some beautiful friends, Jen and Mark. If they're ever watching this video, hello to them. Where actually we met them right after the retreat in the train. And then we were in Miami Beach, like coincidence that they also live in Miami Beach. We live in Miami Beach. And for 3 days, we were doing walking meditations. So walking meditation also was one of the most probably inspiring moments for me. Because what we do, so how does walking meditation work? Everybody is putting the headphones. We have the same time when we meet, when we start doing walking meditation. You choose the meditation that Joe Dispenza has said to you, and then everybody starts to walk in the same time. And Joe Dispenza is giving you tasks what to do. And here I was blown away with all the emotions that I was receiving. Imagine in the walking meditation, walking, and the people, barely walking. They have the wheelchair. They are behind their wheelchair, and they're blissfully with the closed eyes and smiling, or just simply there is a woman, oh, I have goosebumps, woman who is sitting in the wheelchair, and her husband is, holding this wheelchair, and both of them are listening and crying. And this was so, so beautiful, just so simply beautiful, where you can see there are no limitations. And most of the people, when they have some disease or the problem, they have buried their lives and they do not go and try. But these people are just enjoying the moment, what they have, despite what are their illnesses, despite what are their situations, they're just there and enjoying. And I think it was so inspiring for me that I was just like, I couldn't even stop thinking about it and how grateful I am for my life. But also, I know it's been taking a little bit long, but I want to say to you, if you ever get stuck, remember, it's just the moment that has happened. It's the moment when you realize how strong and powerful you are. And if you are frustrated, if you are anxious, if you are angry, and you cannot forgive somebody, just ask one question. If I would be love, what would love do? How would love react or respond in this situation? And then you will see, okay, if I would be love, I probably would be more compassionate. And I would probably understand, okay, so this is what happened in the past. These are the lessons that I learned from this situation. And now, I start from the beginning. Because what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. And this is how I live. This is what I believe. What I believe in. And this is what I want to encourage you to. Very simple. Become nobody, no one, no time. You don't need money for that. You have always, you can listen, just beautiful meditations. Dedicate your time to yourself. Give up the past. Do not live in the past. Just start to create a new future with a hope and believe that everything is possible. Because in the quantum, everything is possible for you. I can be billionaire. You can be billionaire. You can meet your love of your dreams, love of your life. And it's everything in the quantum. And in order for you to meet that, you need to become the same frequency. This is exactly what I teach in Wealth Formula, step by step, which is like 10-week course where I'm just taking the people out of their emotional lack, where they, judge themselves, where they're becoming more beautiful souls. So, and when you become more beautiful soul, then you are attracting more beautiful things. Okay, so that's probably it. And last thing, how we are manifesting? Very simple. We manifest with our thought, plus we manifest with our emotion and feeling. And then you create a manifestation. So ask yourself, what are the thoughts on the daily basis that I experience, that I think? And what are emotions that I experience and I feel? And that's why exactly I live the life I live. So thank you so much for listening. This has been like a 2 cents. I have had so much information. If you have any questions, please comment in the box below. How did you like this video? Please comment if you have any questions, the video, or I'm gonna create a separated video for you if you have the team that you want to discover from me. Thank you, and have a beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful night. With love, Liana.